Okay guys, there's the new hitch. I think I'm gonna have a bit of a problem with this bar going underneath here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove it, and there's bolts that come out through here. I'll bolt them into the back here. I'll have to get longer chains so it'll go from there all the way up to the front, but that'll at least allow that bar to go underneath this here. But for now, it is. I'm just waiting for Dan here. I just left the dealership that's just behind me here, and Dan's going to be coming up the highway here. So we're going out to a friend of his. It's about an hour's drive away from here, going north on the island. So I believe Dan will be coming up here any second now, and we'll head out on the highway and follow him up there. All right, guys, just leaving a friend of Mark's, or a friend of Dan. His name is Mark. We left his farm. We were there, we got here yesterday. I didn't really record a whole lot. Just met Mark, so the last thing I want to do is put a camera on his face. Hell of a nice guy. And also Roger, a friend of theirs also, so had a visit with him. Mark put on a hell of a spread last night for food, and Dan and I are just heading back down south again. We're in the Courtenay area, and raining, of course. But anyways, yeah, so I don't know where I'm going to stay, or where I am tonight. I just said, Dan, I'll follow you. You head up towards Parksville and towards Port Alberni, and I'll either maybe go back to Parksville to Pathfinder for a night, or maybe I'll just keep going and find a spot. I have my DC-DC charger on right now because my batteries are sitting at 38%. I haven't charged them in 4 or 5 days, and it's been overcast like this, so I got basically nothing coming in on my solar panels. But so I left Walmart this morning. So I stayed at Walmart last night in Duncan, and I went into Best Buy. I was parked right beside a Best Buy also, so I went into Best Buy and picked up a new hard drive. This is an SSD, a solid state. I don't know if I even told you this before. When I do my videos, all my footage, and I mean all of it, before I edit, I save in a folder. So, for instance, video 150, for instance, every clip that was used to make that video is under a folder that I label as 150. So I can go back to anything if I recall I was somewhere before, I can go back to it and pull it off. And that's how I got those pictures from the last video of, right there, guys, Hand of Man Museum. So I was here 2 years ago. So it was just near the end of December, actually, maybe the December the 15th or 17th or something like that, of 23 is when I was here. So that was 2 years ago. So I just got here, and I'm going to be heading inside. Nice elk. Okay, guys. So I'm just not going to talk too loud, but this is like I said, this is his museum. So Jim Shockley, and this used to be a school. And I'll take some shots, but obviously there's a lot here to see, so I'm going to be busy myself. But it is a pretty cool spot too. So what they do is they have these iPads, and like for instance, if you see this right here, it's 383, just like an engine. So if you type in, sorry guys, I'm trying to do 383, and then he put.
Taxidermists always use the skin of the fish, so yes, it's real. Nowadays, they actually use styrofoam in a mold and then paint the styrofoam to look real. Skin, styrofoam.
So that's pretty cool, eh? He gives you these little informative little things to talk about, so.
This super cool looking fish is called a tigerfish. In fact, this one that we started the picture on was was actually caught in 1968.
There's a lot of stuff here. There's actually price tags, so if you're interested, like this was in the 1890s, and it's a industrial iron smelter mold, $290. Antique pine, $190, and then also these 1930. This was made. So yeah, if there's stuff that you're interested in, you can actually buy it too. I know Brenda loves this type of stuff. I just don't. Whoo, $14,000 for that guy. Now I would imagine it's called butterfly, so you get both stones, but $14,000. Woo.
This jaw is a megalodon shark jaw. It's considered to be the largest predator that ever roamed this planet, which means if a T-Rex went for a swim, it would become lunch for the megalodon shark. Performing their fire dance. This photograph was taken in Papua New Guinea. It's the Baining tribe performing their fire dance. There's volcanoes all over the place in that part of the world, and these people have learned to survive with the volcanoes because it's a god that lives in the volcanoes to them. I'm going to play some footage of that fire dance in Papua New Guinea for you in a second, but I do want to tell you, if you go down the hallway just a little bit, you will see one of the Baining fire dance masks right in the gymnasium.
When I did the book signing with Jim, this is where it was held, and he had to stand here. And like on that last video, I guess I'll put him in this video here too. Again, you'll see the pictures. So like I told you before, this was a school that closed and then Jim bought it. So you can definitely tell what this room would have been. And just from what you just saw there, there's the fire dance mask.
These are two of the most beautiful and spectacular amethyst cathedrals ever found in this planet. This amazing amethyst geode was mined in Brazil, and each side weighs over 450 pounds. Not surprisingly, amethyst is the most valuable crystal in the quartz family. The word amethyst comes from the Greek word amistos, which means not drunken. That's because amethyst crystals were used throughout the ages to prevent drunkenness, believe it or not. If you look closely, the amethyst crystals are hexagonal, and you could possibly find an amethyst geode, not this big of course, but you might find them in Uruguay, Bolivia, Africa, United States, Siberia, in fact, most countries around the world. The large ones like this come from Brazil. These two sides were together when they were mined. The miners carefully excavated the geode and then split it in two. At that point, they put a concrete cover around the outside of the cathedral to make sure that it doesn't break into a million pieces. They also put a concrete base at the bottom to support the geode. One last thing that I'll say about this particular installation here at our Hand and Band Museum. This beautiful lady that's centered between these amethyst cathedrals, or amethyst churches as they're also called, is my mother, Lillian Shockey. She painted this, a self-portrait, in 1963.
So just got done doing the walk in the museum. I was in there for 4 hours. Bought myself a Hand-A-Man t-shirt, but it was kind of funny. So the when I was here 2 years ago, and Jim did his talk about his new book and then did book signing, I was there for that. And of course, they had stuff there you can buy, and I bought his Uncharted DVD collection. So it was for the outdoor TV channel, and so 5 seasons. Anyways, I went in there and I grabbed a T-shirt, and I'm kind of looking around, going, I don't. So I said to the girl, so the same girl that when you see the pictures, which you've probably already seen me and Jim, she was the one that took the pictures, and she goes, I remember you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Anyways, I said to her, I says, listen, I says, because when I bought that 5-season DVD set, I said there was way more DVDs there, and I just bought that one set. And I says, how do you buy them? She goes, you can still buy some online. I said, oh, okay, and just never thought nothing of it. And she walks away. She comes back. Look at this. There's 5 more there. 4 there. There. This one's just in a little paper thing here. Look at this. I said, oh my God. I says, and I mean, these are some from when he was just a young guy. This is 2006, episode 14, 16. I guess he had a different show, which I didn't even know about. So I said to her, how much? She goes, nothing. She goes, they've been sitting in a box by my desk for like a long time. She goes, just take them. So you think I got some some viewing here? Oh my goodness. There's got to be, I'm going to say at least 25 DVDs sitting there. Wow. Right on. Thank you, Hand-A-Man. And usually every single day Jim comes to the museum. It just happened that he just went on holidays 2 days ago. He left for holidays. And she says he will be back just before Christmas to spend Christmas here. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I missed him by 2 days. Anyways, next time, guaranteed next time I come in here, I'll definitely go back in there again, guys, because it is a pretty cool spot. But yeah, that is awesome. Vehicle or vehicle with tow unit over 18 feet, trailer, boat trailer, U-Haul trailer, etc. All right, guys. Well, I booked my ferry crossing. So on December the 5th, I'll be crossing on the Coho Ferry from Victoria to Port Angeles. And then I just got off get my insurance. I go through my bank, which is RBC. And I just got a 6-month medical coverage. So just in case something happens, because we already know what it could cost, even one day in the hospital. So I just got done off the phone doing that. That was about $1,100 for the insurance, and it was $250 American for the ferry on the 5th of December. And so today's the 26th of November. Obviously, you always get this video. It could be a week, maybe a week and a half before you actually see it in real time. So, anyways, I guess I'm coming down there, guys. All right, guys, I just made myself a coffee. Just leaving Hand of Man Museum behind me here. I camped here overnight. They allow you to stay here overnight, so it was a nice quiet spot. Had no issues. I'm just going to back down and then drive up forward here on an angle and then back the trailer up through that gate right there and then head out of here. I like my new shirt. Okay guys, back at Fort, well, I never thought about parking on that side. That would have been a smart thing to do. Anyways, Fort Victoria Campground here in Victoria for obvious reasons. I'm just going to wait for these people to get in their vehicles and leave, so that way I can pull forward here because my trailer's almost in the back of the on the back of the street here. So I have a diced chicken breast here and baking soda. The old Chinese secret. garlic, vegetables. So that's my stainless steel basket right there, and I put vegetables on the barbecue or something. I flip it upside down, put the burner on low. That way it gives it more room off the burner, and that way it cooks slower. I find even with the lowest setting on the burner, it still cooks way too quick. So that's it. Now we wait and stir about every 15 minutes. All right, guys, that's it. That is the chicken curry. So I'm just going to let this rest now for a little bit. I shut the heat off, so I'm just going to let it sit there for about 15-20 minutes and eat supper. We'll catch you tomorrow. Tire on my side-by-side. That's only had like 20 kilometers on the damn thing. So yesterday, Pat showed me this place just down the street from me here, and I phoned them, and they said they could do a patch on the sidewall. And for those who don't know, this tire only has about 20 kilometers on it. It's going to make a bit of a mess in here, but I got my blanket here. I'm going to be doing laundry here probably tomorrow morning, so I'll throw this in the washing machine. But for now, if I lay it just like that, there, she's covered up, and she can't go that way. There, done. In case I didn't mention it, guys, I had a subscriber reach out to me and wanted to meet up, so we met up yesterday. And hell of a nice guy, Pat, and took me for a tour around, showed me some stuff, and then we were just talking about my hitch and the new one. And I wanted to raise the ball up a little bit, just because on my trailer, the hitch on the trailer kind of goes up on a bit of a step, and I could tell where it kind of rubbed when I turned a little bit. So I wanted to put some washers, take the ball off, put some big washers on, and then put the ball back on. So he knew of a hardware place, so we went there, and then he seems to know everybody here in Victoria. He says, it's got to be, and I don't even know, I forgot to ask the gentleman. So on the ball itself, I think it was a 2-inch nut. Don't quote me on that, I forgot to ask the guy, but he goes, oh, I know a mechanic up here. So we went up there, and hell of a nice guy. He was even on his lunch break, and he says, oh yeah. So we changed he took the nut off for me and put the washers on and tightened her back up again. So no, that was awesome. So I got that done. And then, like I said, he took me for a tour around town here a little bit. So, sorry, I'm just looking at I pretty well know where I got to go. I just wanted to do a quick little visual. So anyways, yeah, I spent about 3 hours with Paul yesterday, and Pat yesterday, and had a nice visit. This city is so freaking busy, unbelievable. But anyways, well, I guess I should have had my blinker on, Jage. Anyways, yeah, so we're going to head out to the tire shop right now, and right beside it, it was kind of funny too, because when I was talking to Pat about it yesterday, I said, well, you know, there was some mud. Obviously, you guys know I'm traveling on these roads, these muddy roads in BC here, and I had some mud on the running boards, and I'm going to be crossing the border here in a couple days, and I thought, you know what, I don't need them to be sitting there going, oh, you got mud, or I don't need any excuses, right? So he says, there's a car wash up here. So we drove. As soon as I saw it, it's a Shell station, I went, man, I was here like 3 years ago. I recognized it. But anyways, so we're going to, sorry guys, we're going to do that. We're going to drop the tire off. I have no idea how long it's going to take. And then we're going to go to the car wash, I'm not saying do a big wash because obviously it's raining here constantly, but if I can get some of this stuff off of here, I will. And then we'll go from there. There's obviously stuff I want to do today, like do some cleanup on the camper and stuff like that. Tomorrow, I'm going to be hanging out with my son again and his girlfriend. We're going to be going for, I'm going to go over their place for supper. He said steaks. I said, absolutely. Well, got the tire back, guys. $65 for them to fix it. Seems a little bit pricey, but what else are you going to do, right? It's a $350 tire or something. So anyways, let's get her out here and get her back to the back of the trailer. Bit of a mess in here now. So tonight's my last night here in the campground before I head down to the ferry terminal to stay overnight there to catch my ferry first thing in the morning. So I'm just packing up right now because I'm going over for supper at Stephen and Sydney, his girlfriend. So Stephen's my son, in case you didn't know. We're going to have steak tonight, so that's awesome. So what I'm going to do, oh yeah, and we're also going to watch a game tonight, Montreal. What I'm going to do is when I get back here, which I don't know what time I'll get back here, I'm actually going to do a load of laundry. So I have my the bag right there with my clothes, and then I'm going to do these blankets on this side over here. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up, take my bedding in, and at the same time, go jump over and take another shower. I just got out of the shower, and why not? If you're paying for it, you might as well use it. The showers here are free. So yeah, I'm just going to pack up right now because I got to go stop and fill up a propane tank that ran out there the other night. And then I want to go pick up a couple things at Walmart. He lives like a block from Walmart, so I might as well go there and pick up a couple things. And then just across from his place, there's lots of parking. There's either a mall I could park at, or there's lots of street parking. So anyways, yeah, it rained all day today, but oh well, that is what it is. So today's Wednesday. Like I said, I stay in overnight here, and then Thursday, you're allowed to park down at the ferry terminal if you're catching the ferry in the morning, which I am. So, which I've done before. If you watch my videos, you know I've done that. So, anyways, we'll chat you in a bit. Alrighty, here at the old Wally World. So I have the propane filled. I'm just setting it here until I get back to the trailer, and heading into Walmart to pick up a couple things. Not much. Actually, I'm going to text Steven right now to see if they need anything, because I'm at, well, Wally World. All right, I just text Steven. He didn't need anything. So I picked up a candle because the other one's done, and basically some towels, like paper towels, and a notebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start... I'm going to say it, but whether I do it or not, I'm going to start making more of a detailed log, like at the end of the day, you know, basically kind of like a journal, I guess you'd call it. And then what I'm going to try to do, if I don't forget, because in notes on the iPhone, I'm sure Samsung does it too, you can just scan a receipt. So it takes no effort. You just scan a receipt and it goes onto your phone. I'm going to try to keep track of my gas for 1 year. Just, I'm kind of curious myself how much I actually spent in fuel. So yeah, we're just gonna keep track of it. Now, if my plans change, then I might be recording more fuel. But I'm kind of thinking right now what I would like to do is go northern BC, the Yukon, and maybe start looking for some property. Like this will be 4 years full time on the road, and it's getting to a point where I'm kind of looking for something else. I'm not saying I'm going to get rid of the rig, and I'm not saying I'm keeping it. I'm just saying for now, I would kind of like a little home base, I guess, is a better way of doing it. Because 4 years on the road full time is a long time. Anyways, I'm going to slip up here. I think the BC Liquor's around the corner up here somewhere, and pick up some IPAs for Steven's place tonight. I think he'll drink an IPA to watch the hockey game. So anyways, that's the plan. Whew, just got back from Stephen and Sydney's place. She cooked a beautiful meal for us. And Montreal won against Winnipeg in the shootout. So that was bonus for the night. I have 3 loads of laundry in right now. And that's going to be it for tonight on laundry. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take just the, so I got the big blankets in right now, but the sheets and my pillowcase, I'm going to take in tomorrow morning. So I'm going to wake up in the morning, take them in for a wash, and then other than hooking the trailer back up to the truck, I'm ready to go. So like I said before, at the ferry, you're not allowed to be there before 4 o'clock, and the gates lock after 4:30. So you have a fairly short window to get there. So I'm going, and checkout here is 11 o'clock. So I'm going to go to a mall that's only about a kilometer away from the ferry, and probably around 11:30ish, noon. And then I'll just have to hang out. So I'll come in here, finish the editing, and then watch some TV or something like that, and then head down to the ferry. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Okay, guys, now it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't really have to be out of here until 11 o'clock, but she's all packed up. Trailer's hooked back on. I did my laundry. I will worry about this later. So, like I said, there's a shopping center that's about a kilometer from the ferry terminal. So I'm going to go over there, and that way, at 4 o'clock, when traffic's probably going to get worse, I only have to go a kilometer, because I only have that half-hour window frame, right, to hit it at the ferry terminal between 4 and 4:30. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, and maybe I did already, maybe I didn't. So my son's got his own excavating company. He's in partners with a friend of his, Ingrained Excavating, right there. So yeah, if you're in the Victoria area or something like that and you want some quality work done, give them a call. If you go onto their website, you'll see all the reviews and everything like that. So everybody's very, very happy with his work, so that's awesome. Yeah, he's doing a great job. Anyways, guys, Fort Victoria here. I'm going to be heading out and heading to the ferry at 4:30. We'll see you when I get to the ferry, and that's where we're probably going to end up this video, is at the ferry terminal. So we'll see you in a bit. So I'm actually editing this video right now, guys. So this is almost going to be one of the closest to, you're going to see it pretty well exactly in real time, because today's Thursday. When I get down to the ferry terminal tonight, I'm going to edit that little bit that's left over, because I'm editing the video. You are going to be this video here, and I'm going to be down there, so I'm going to upload it, so it'll come out the very next morning. So this will be almost in real time. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just, like I said before, I left the campground, and now I'm just in this parking lot out for this shopping mall. I have no idea what this mall is called, but there's lots of shopping, and I'm on the outside. Like I said before, with this rig, I can't park. Like when I just have the trailer and the truck, I can easily park, like, and take up 2 stalls, like that Jeep right there and the Honda in front, right? I can take up that much. But with the trailer, I'm almost 50 feet long, so I have to go on the outside and park. So I always look at Google before I show up to a parking lot to make sure, A, I can get in, and B, they have this kind of parking on the outside, because not all places do, for me to be able to park. So, and it's getting busy here though, guys. It was only half full when I got here about an hour ago, and look at the cars now. So this is obviously a busy mall. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just editing. I took this, like these clips here I'm editing right now, I took this morning, so I'm just editing that up. And, I did laundry, so I got to make my bed. So I'll get that all done. It is, what time is it right now? It's like noon? Okay, it's 12:30. So it says, I don't have to go far, but because of traffic, as you can tell, that's where I'm going to be out there, way over there. So they say it's about a 15-minute drive from here to the ferry. So I'll leave here basically at 3:45, and I should hit it perfectly and be there just in time. But anyways, guys, yeah, I wish it was a little bit nicer out. It's been dark skies for, I don't know, we've had this kind of weather now for probably 3 days. When I first got to the campground, Fort Victoria, it was beautiful sunny weather, and actually for about 2 days it was nice. Like I said, one of the subscribers, Pat, he drove me around and we got some stuff done. It was nice meeting up with a subscriber, and then obviously I was able to spend 2 days with my son, or 2 visits. We went out for supper one night, and then I went over to their place for supper. So yeah, well, no, it's been an excellent visit here in Victoria. Little too busy for me. You guys know me. I like to be out in the middle of nowhere. Too many vehicles and too many cars and too many people. But anyways, some people love this kind of stuff. I'm not so much. Anyways, guys, we're just going to spend some time here. Like I said, I'm going to make my bed, maybe even throw a movie on, and then I set my alarm for 3:30 to go off just to make sure. No, I think it was quarter after 3, just to make sure I leave in time. Other than that, she's all good. Getting kind of excited, guys. We'll see what happens at the border crossing. Well, guys, it is a miserable day. It's cold, wet, rainy. We're about 2 blocks from the ferry terminal, and pretty cool looking buildings all done up. Should put my mirrors back out, I guess. So we're going to hit it pretty well exactly at 4 o'clock. They say between 4 and 4:30, and it is exactly 1 minute to 4 or so.
Your destination is on the right.
Hey, buddy, am I on the right side?
It's okay. We gotta get you on the left side. We have
Yep.
one car going back from Canada Customs.
Okay.
Clear the spot.
Sure.
Yeah. Just go kind of like by the booth there is good.
I have no idea what's going on. It sounds like somebody's coming back around because they're going to have to get back in this lineup to head back over to the US. Don't know. Anyways. Well, good news. My truck hasn't grown any. It's 49 feet. I never even told that guy how big the truck or how long it was. I told the other guy, and this guy just grabbed the measuring tape, and then I just saw on the piece of paper, it's just 49. You probably can't even read that. So I'm in 8 here, so which is the same spot I've been in the last 2 times I've crossed. This is the ferry terminal, and the exact same spot I was for the last 3 crossings. And don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful harbor front, absolutely gorgeous. Nothing has changed here. It's the exact same. So last year I crossed by land, but the previous 2 years I crossed by the water here. But it is so cool out here. That, guys, right there, that's actually a spa. So it's a boat that they turned into a spa. They got hot tubs and everything on there. But isn't this a cool waterfront? Like Hotel Grand. And then the Parliament building is just over here on this side over here. But very, very cool. Again, not a very nice day right now. It's cold, windy. Oh, I hear people talking. So that might be the Empress over there. This is the Grand over here. I'm pretty sure that's the Empress Hotel. Anyways, guys, so they're going to be closing shop up here pretty quick. At the end of this gate here, there's a man gate right there, and it's left unlocked. So I can just go on the street and go over to have a couple of brewskis over there, which I did 2 years ago, and then come back. So at 7 o'clock is when they open up again at 7 o'clock. So yeah, United States Customs border. So this is where we're gonna go tomorrow morning with our passports. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this one. So we will see you tomorrow morning, getting ready to go on the ferry. So as always, be good, be kind, be careful. We'll see you down the road. We'll see you on the ferry. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. all I know. I got lost along the way.